You got 50's attention.
Yeah. but
This dude announced a brand new show. He announced a brand new show with it. He said, "How to catch a murderer," right? Mm-hmm. He announces a brand new show on his Instagram page. He says, "Charleston White is right." Mm-hmm. What'd he say? "I'm not a drug dealer. I'm a rapper." How to catch a murderer coming. He whispered into the mic. What did you think about his response?
I've been with the G Unit for like 4 years now. So that's what I would pull my phone out. That's G Unit. Okay. So I with the camp home when they called me. 50 of them been with me. Tight. Yeah, now 50 of them been with me, homie. So what's understood ain't got to be explained. So yeah, I peep game. He was throwing me alley hoop. He was throwing me alley hoop, and most people were saying, well, no, man, 50 was a street. Homie, once you leave the streets and you stay gone 30 days to 60 days, you're no longer a street. Your intuition and all that. Once you go to having the kind of money that 50 having, once you go to doing the kind of deals and contracts and sponsorships, homie, your mind is so far from the streets, you can't even fathom being what you used to be.
Right.
So people want to try to think, no, this ain't no street no more, homie. This been rich for 20 years out, just as long as Meech's been in jail.
Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter is a book that he wrote that I just read. So while this whole shit was going on, I'm reading his book. He narrates the book. It's an audible book.
Yeah, this shit's
right?
fine, yeah.
He's talking about what he does that is the most clever shit in the world. He said, "I'm the only businessman of my kind with this type of bread that is uncancelable. You know how I do it? It was 50 Cent's fault. I'm Curtis Jackson."
Same with Charleston White. Mm-hmm. Same ideology, same perspective. I'm an online persona. This ain't me in real life. Me in real life would never say fuck the baby. Me in real life would never say this and that.
Right.
So it's an online persona. I had to find a way to separate the man from the character. You want to put the man and the character together, but the man and the character are not the same. I don't use vulgar language in real life.
Right.
I'm a perfect yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm a perfect gentleman in real life. Very respectful, very mannerable. So a lot of people say, "Oh, don't get scared now." No, this is who I am in real life.
Right.
So, homie, I understood that from trying to understand our culture. Trying to understand our culture. A nigga grow up believing that Ice Cube was a gangster, only to find out he was an intellectual. Eazy-E was on the street. Dre wasn't, but niggas thinking they gangsters, and we holding on to what they saying in their persona. Same with same with Tupac. I thought Tupac was thug life. Tupac wasn't no motherfucking thug. But he's screaming. So, but we're holding on to what they're saying in their personas. Right. Just like Hulk Hogan when he ripped the motherfucking shirt off in Hulk Mania. Man, it took a till he was damn near 40, 33, 34 to understand, homie. These are characters that's being perpetuated as well as propagated to us. Rap characters, that's where the term studio gangster come from. Rappers were supposed to always be studio gangsters, not real gangsters.
Yeah.
Tupac and them got caught up into the personification of this thug life shit. They was the first group of got caught up into this shit, homie.
You know, a good example of that in the rap game is Jeezy. No disrespect to Jeezy, but after a while, he started making money. And you can't still rap about dropping pounds and cooking this and whipping that. After a while, people don't believe you. People stop listening to Jeezy. They don't hit the same.
Yeah.
You've been rich for a while. It's like Jay-Z rapping about pies. Are you?
Yeah.
Do you still? You've been rich a long time. Can I still listen to you rap about that with the same efficacy? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's tough, man, because that's what people know you for. So it's also hard for a lot of people to get away from that.
Well, it's
when that's what's paying you.
It's all right to be a studio gangster, but Pac and them came along trying to shame the studio gangster. Remember, Pac tried to bash MC Hammer for the pop shit, going pop. So it's the wannabe like Pac that came along, homie, trying to shame a in the studio, being a studio gangster. Gangster Nip, nigga, Gangster Nip used to come say some horrible shit, talking crazy. Same with Scarface. But these are rap personas. But we started holding on to these rap personas as if they was Bible lyrics. We started, that's why the rapper can't be nothing else, because we, the audience, started making sure they was real street, talking the kind of talk they was talking. Because Pac and them came along and started shaming the studio gangsters.
There was a switch in the dynamic, and I would say it happened towards the end of the 90s, probably, right into the 2000s.
It was when Pac went to jail. Because when Pac went to jail, Me Against the World was the #1 album. Right. And he was the first artist ever to have a #1 album from jail. And it solidified the gangster shit, what Charleston talked about.
Well, what they said
so that's the early 90s.
But this is
94, 95.
But this is the quote, though. It was, initially, the streets would raise rappers, but now rappers raise the streets.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you listening to, I don't want to list rappers, and you think that's real. Whole time, this dude 5'3" wouldn't pop nothing on nobody, but he rap like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You used to have to be real to be a rapper and for people to actually take you as.
It's also wishy-washy. It's all of it.
Well, homie Plies came along and sold a street persona that wasn't even him. He was a college educated
brother, right?
Yeah, he's rapping his brother life.
Huh.
He came and sold, he was talking retarded and every bike and not, nigga, but he was a very articulate. But he came with a persona that sold to the audience.
And then he started crying that Kamala Harris lost.
Yeah, homie, he went all over. Yeah, so homie, the audience have always wanted these niggas to be real street. We wasn't satisfied with a motherfucking me nigga going there rapping the shit, but hadn't lived it. But
Lil Tecca.
Yeah, we wasn't satisfied with it. We wanted to have lived this shit.
And they pressure people into being it. Like
homie,
dealing with most of these rappers, there's no doubt about it. They got some of the most fractured egos in the world.
Homie, you got to think about this shit. That West Coast, East Coast beef between the media and the hip hop industry pressured them to be real gangsters. Cause you gotta think, Suge coming to the game. Suge wasn't no real gangster. Suge cousin them from Compton was the real Pirus. Suge never got to put on the all red suit till he finally got to get on the Source magazine with the cigar. That was the first time he ever got to rep like that. It was his cousin. Suge went and got all the real mob Pirus, the real gangsters, and brought them to the industry. They was scaring everybody. They was bullying everybody. Now Pac got all these behind him. Now Pac went to screaming mob Piru.
6ix9ine.
He ain't no blood, homie. But he got real, and these started killing each other in death row. Buntry and all them niggas started killing each other. So the who Pac jumped on was a real motherfucking gangster. Pac led the charge. Pac didn't even have no business doing that, homie. So Pac played himself into the graveyard playing gangster. Them was real gangsters, homie. Suge wasn't no real gangster. Suge was a football player, UNLV, man. So that's what introduced us to gangsterism, to embody it in our day-to-day lives. Pac really got shot. Pac really shot 2 cops. Pac really went to prison. And he brought that shit to us with a passion like no other. like
Nothing
no
but
other.
a gangster party. It's
on,
it's
homie.
wild how
Snoop Dogg
everything-
had a murder case and beat the murder case. Homie, them gave us a spirit that we couldn't. We had to embrace it. And the media played a big part because they commercialized gangsterism, homie. American media commercialized gangsterism to black hip hop culture.
I mean, even with the movies and all that shit, so it's deeper than rap. Like,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
America loved the gangster shit.
And shout out to Dolores C. Tucker, homie, because she tried to fight against it in the beginning stages of this shit, homie, and we hated her for it. Tupac said Dolores Tucker, you's a mother. Homie, she tried to fight against this shit, homie. But we was all kids. Pac and them was kids,
wonder why
homie.
they call
Everybody
you
was kids.
bitch.
But do you
Wonder
think
why they
that
call you bitch? I bet you.
respectability politics is the answer to it, though?
Nah, homie. The answer to it is us. Take politics out of it, homie. We create. This is our drum beat. These are our lyrics. Yeah, they promote it. Yeah, they play it. Yeah, they sponsor it. Yeah, they pay for it. But who writing it? They not writing these lyrics. AI ain't writing these lyrics. These are writing these lyrics, talking about what they'll do to a block, to a hood, to a mama. These are writing these lyrics, thinking about what they are. Man, these are well thought out lyrics.